Hello YouTube. This is kind of a friendly reminder that I will only be streaming here for approximately one more week. So please do go follow me on Twitch. There should be a link in this stream's description. So kind of want to continue to put that out there that starting next Friday I will be streaming almost exclusively on Twitch, as well as uploading all of my video content, prepared videos or edited videos, whatever you want to call them, to Twitch first and YouTube second, as I believe that as YouTube's policies continue to get more and more strict, that it's not going to be the place to be for gaming content. So I'm on the way to the community goal right now, with 96 tons of cargo for the cargo community goal, just so that I get something. I mean, it's only going to probably be a few 100,000 credits, but hey, that pays for some repairs or some ammo or some other stuff. Now, I'm about 5% towards combat. I'm only lacking about 5% to get to combat elite. I think I'm at 95% right now. And trying to get one of my fighter pilots up to elite is also a secondary goal. And the tertiary goal is to basically get to the point where, well, I just bought a whole bunch of stuff, so I'm down below 1.1 billion credits again. And that's because, well, I did manage to get the APAs, and we're going to be trying a new configuration with the cutter, which I don't know how well it would be or how effective it would be against smaller ships, medium-sized ships, and smaller. But against large ships, it should be proved to be very effective against the Zarek hulls of the world. Which I have a video I've got to prep of. He decided to interdict me the other day at the community goal, and he had to end up turning around running away, even though I was out of heat sinks, out of shield cell banks, and already partially damaged from previous engagements before I engaged him. So again, this is going to be one of my last streams here on YouTube. I plan next week to finish up my Actually, I plan to finish up this weekend my FS Passenger series of videos. I think we're only 1 or 2 flights away from beating the scenario, and that'll be it. I will start doing vodcasts on Monday nights. I may also do some live streams, just depending on the game I'm playing, starting on Monday at 3 p.m. for European, primarily aimed at European audience, and again at about 7:30 p.m. for U.S. Central Time. So I'm on my way in with a few tons of cargo so that I can at least get the minimum amount for the cargo community goal. At least stick my toe in the water, as it were. And then once we dock there, we'll be going to Lambeek, or however you pronounce it, the Hazres there, and winging up with whomever is around. If you see me looking over here, that's because that's where my second monitor is, and I'm looking at chat. I've got Trek IR on today, since I'm going to probably be doing a fair amount of combat. So I'm hoping that by the end of this community goal, I will be elite, triple elite. That's the goal. Hey there, Bit Victim. Yep, this is one of my last streams here on YouTube, I think, before transitioning over to Twitch. But as I said in my videos, I was planning to switch over on or about the 15th. I wanted to finish up the FS Passengers series over here, since here's where it started. Okay, 2 more jumps. So I have a question that I haven't really seen anybody talk to it or see anything about it. But in 2.4, aren't they supposed to give Canon the ability to somehow move their mega ship around? Did they ever say how that was going to work? I'm not familiar with Restream. I have to take a look at that. Somebody running into a community goal with a Type 9 with a cow. That's some commitment there. Although I haven't noticed the murder gangs being out as much. I've only run into them like once. Buy Zcash. But I'll take a look at Restream, see what it is. Are all my bounties gone? Well, in 25 minutes, all my bounties will be gone. Oh yeah, I need to get that. Yeah, I know all those people are pissed off at me because I've got a bunch of bounty vouchers that I need to go hand in. I might send for my courier. Well, I gotta see which one of my ships. I'll go get a small ship and have it transported here. Huh. I did not know. I had a feeling that's probably what it was, but I'm going to take a look at it. Because that would be nice to be able to stream at both YouTube and Twitch, especially for Elite Dangerous content. And I think Flight Sim content, well, kind of. FSX does not work very well with the dual monitors. In fact, it shuts off my second monitor. That being said, I can put Twitch on the iPad with the chat and then have the YouTube chat up on one of the other devices Probably the Chromebook. It's a crazy physicist. Is that you, Scott Manley? Are you the crazy physicist? Something I have noticed at these community goals is that there seems to be a lot of pretty new players in here. Of course, it's a pretty good way of, in the early game, of earning a lot of credits relatively quickly, especially with the trading one. So this is a new weapons configuration, if I can land. I'll have to take a look at Restream. So I've really not taken it into combat before, but I basically exhausted most of my materials getting it there. Commodities market. Hopefully I brought 96 of the right things. A loss. Well, it does have a demand of 9999, so that should be it. They're just expensive at Founders. Hardy at tier 4. This will be done by the end of the weekend. Puts me in the top 100%. 400,000 credits. I think maybe 800,000 a million credits, but hey, that's 800,000 or a million credits. I'm going to go ahead and send for one of my smaller ships, I think. Adder, the Python. The Python's not really fitted for much. The Adder is my... Oh, holy crap, that's where my other plasma accelerator went to. Tell me what its light range is. Okay, 26 light years, that'll be fine. It's about 30 minutes. Alright, anything to sell here? Nope, I've sold all that. Any cool pilots with backstories? No, not really. You all look goofy looking. Alright. Time for... And by the way, if any of you happen to also be in game and want to join me in shooting stuff over on Lambique, send me a friend invite or wing invite. You see me. Oh, I guess I should have put on a little bit extra armor and module reinforcement, but I don't anticipate too many problems, and I still have a shield cell bank on, so I just don't have 2 shield cell banks on. But for PvE, that should be sufficient, and if we do get any PvP. And did my track IR just suddenly decide to stop working? I think it did. Yeah, I don't stream in VR because, Well, then I can't read the chat. Again, I'm not going to be flying a fighter or anything, so... Resource extraction site. I still need to engineer up an extra shield booster with thermal properties. Got a little bit of a hole there in my shields when it comes to thermal damage. It's only at about 40%. Everything else is at like 67 to 60, 69% for the other damage types. Although I guess we'll have to also shield against corrosive damage here soon. I've heard some explanations that... or some theory that around the 20th is when 2.4 will go live. I'm not sure. I mean, it could be next week. It could be the 14th after the live stream. I have a feeling that the following week after the live stream is probably a fair bet. Because of that, although next week, this community goal, I figured that with a 3-week community goal like this, they weren't going to release 2.4 until after this series of community goals had been completed. That, to me, that made logical sense. They don't want to interrupt the middle of it. But I didn't expect to see 2.4 before the middle to late part of September. And I don't think that the invasion will cap off until after Frontier Expo. I have a feeling that'll be the big reveal during that event. Unfortunately, I think I have something going on the 7th of October. Does that feed my starving children? Which, by the way, if we do end up using a live stream, I may do a Feed My Starving Children charity stream at some point. Which is a group that I know that we're involved here locally with through the church, and seems to do quite a bit of good for the world. So it's one of those things. I don't support a lot of charities, but that's one of them. Other one we support is Missouri Humane Society, because that's where my four-legged co-pilot came from. Yep, he came from the Humane Society. Oh, speak of my four-legged co-pilot right now. He just came down, probably going to bark at me for more treats. Either that, or he has a little mat here, and he'll just cuddle up and go back to sleep and do what dogs do. Kill his fighter to keep mine alive.
That's gotta hurt. Target down. Copy that, Commander. Engaging enemy now.
And okay, that's quite a bit of firepower there. Oh, you weren't worth very much. All you shields of justices.
Affirmative. Maneuvering to attack position.
Come on. Got to get a little bit better here with plasma accelerators, but it's one of those things. I don't know. You got to connect, but when you do, 5 plasma accelerators are a heck of a lot of fun, and I can power 5 plasma accelerators. Yes, they're all efficiently modded. All right.
Affirmative. Maneuvering to attack position.
Get him? Yep, I got him.
That's one for me, Commander. Copy that, Commander. Engaging enemy now. Strike one, bad guy. Hear you loud and clear. I'm moving in.
And I still got the beam laser turrets in case I do wing up with people if anybody else happens to show up here. Either of those of you out there watching, or from...
That's gotta hurt. Target down.
or if anybody just happens to show up in general.
Hear you loud and clear. I'm moving in.
Let's say with the changes to how bounty vouchers and everything work now, it's pretty well stupid not to wing up. But we'll see if that person wants to. Don't seem to be overheating. I think configuring these to two different fire groups, one for the advanced on top and another one for the ones on the bottom, may not be a bad idea.
Strike one, bad guy. Things were a little hairy for a second there. No more hostiles.
Blarney McDuff. Well, blimey. It's a Blarney.
Hear you loud and clear. I'm moving in.
Yeah, they are. They're regen. I'll run up to 4 if I'm going to be winging up in PvE combat. Or, it's one of those things. I will PvP, but I'm not necessarily always going out and searching for it. I know that within the quote PvP community, healing beams is considered taboo, but it's one of those things. Usually I'm in groups and stuff where I'm not starting fights. And if you want to come after me, I will use whatever's in the game legally in order to defend myself and others. If that's regeneration beams, that's regeneration beams. But I'm also keeping them on there because these are highly engineered regen beams at efficient, and they sip power.
Enemy destroyed, Commander. Things were a little hairy for a second there. No more hostile detected.
Try sending him another request here. Again, it's kind of relatively stupid not to wing up. But I have been known to run as many as 4 regeneration beams, basically mirroring a friend's clipper. I'll carry 4, I'll carry 2 size 3 and 2 size 2, all on the top. So the 2 up here and then the 2 on the nacelles will typically be regen. I've also used rapid fire pulse laser turrets with
Affirmative. Attack position.
phasing sequence, rapid fire. That seems to work better than you'd think against, in particular, larger targets.
Copy that, Commander. Engaging enemy now. No more contact. Deactivating hardpoints.
I guess the other guy.
That's one for me, Commander. Enemy wiped out. Awaiting further orders.
Yeah. See if all right, there we go. I believe so. They can be used to repair the fighter shields, but typically the fighters are so small that locking onto target can be a bit of a hassle.
Roger that, Commander. Moving to engage. Strike one bad guy. That's the last of them, Commander. Copy that, Commander. Engaging enemy now. Commander.
Jonbus Rhombus.
Copy that, Commander. Engaging enemy now. That's one for me, Commander.
Well, I will say this much. 5 plasma accelerators is, that's an awful lot of firepower. And they all connect, man.
Copy that, Commander. Engaging enemy now.
When they all connect.
Strike one bad guy. Hear you loud and clear. I'm moving in.
Yeah, trying to waste plasma accelerator shots on a small target like that is going to be kind of stupid. So do we have a wanted anaconda?
Get down.
Masul Sunderstorm. A storm of sundering.
Hear you loud and clear. I'm moving in. That's gotta hurt. Target down.
Oh, let's see if this vulture will join us. Oh, that commander's already in a wing. Do 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 do. Name like Peddler, I'm gonna guess this is probably a mining ship. Yep, clean. Oh wow, 50. That puts it further range than any of my ships. I think my maximum, I had a really crappy roll on my ASP, and it only gets around 40 light year jump range. And I just haven't done enough exploration to warrant investing the time and resources to try to improve that. Anymore, if I'm going out beyond the bubble, it's in the Beluga, which does get 35 light year jump range with passengers, which isn't entirely horrible. Let's see if I can make this ship wanted. Ah, they possess uncanny situational awareness. Like Class 4, that's pretty impressive. It'll be like, was it my shields? Or, no, it was my power plant. For the longest time, my grade 4 roll on my power plant was better than any grade 5 that I had ever gotten. Not too concerned that my fighter is going to be destroyed. Sure it is. So how are we? 95%. So this ring is moving at greater than 30, no, not quite 30 kilometers per second. Google me? All right. Everyone's out. Defiant Hell, that sounds like a bad dude.
Roger that. I'll take care of the mothership, Commander. Fighter is clear of the mothership. Copy that, Commander. Engaging enemy now.
Alright, we're all in. Everybody's gotten or will get shot and on target. Five beach balls. Ha ha ha.
That's gotta hurt. Target down.
Yeah, that is... Again, you beat the jump range of any of my ships by an order of magnitude. Shield of...
Copy that, Commander.
Alright, Steve
Engaging
Parker.
enemy now. That's one for me, Commander. Roger that, Commander. Moving to engage. Enemy destroyed, Commander.
Unfortunately, with only 2 size 2 regen beams, it's not going to be like when I'm running 4 of them, and basically I can out-heal what most NPCs can do in damage.
Roger that, Commander. Moving to engage. Enemy destroyed, Commander. Shield's gone, Commander. This does not look good. Hear you loud and clear. I'm moving in. Enemy destroyed, Commander. Roger that, Commander. Moving to engage.
I haven't really flown the Dolphin that much. I think I have one. But by the time the Dolphin was released, I already had a Beluga, and there's nothing that the Beluga doesn't do better, so... with the exception of maybe a little bit less of a jump range. Wow.
Things were a little hairy.
That is a hell of a lot of firepower. All 5 connect. Well, let's see what happens. Can we regen this fighter? The answer to that is yes. You can regen.
Copy that, Commander. Engaging enemy now. Commander. Need to take evasive action. That's gotta hurt. Target down. Hear you loud and clear. I'm moving in. That's gotta hurt. Target down. Affirmative. Maneuvering to attack position. That's gotta hurt. Target down. Copy that, Commander. Engaging enemy now. That's one for me, Commander. No more contacts. Deactivating hardpoints. Copy that, Commander. Engaging enemy now. That's gotta hurt. Target down. Affirmative. Maneuvering to attack position. Hear you loud and clear. I'm moving in. Enemy destroyed, Commander. Hear you loud and clear. I'm moving in. Copy that, Commander. Engaging enemy now. Strike one, bad guy. Roger that, Commander. Moving to engage. Enemy destroyed, Commander. Affirmative. Maneuvering to attack position. Enemy destroyed, Commander. Hear you loud and clear. I'm moving in.
Well, believe it there, Garth Olerson Jr.
destroyed, Commander. No more contact. Deactivating hardpoint.
Yes, while I do choose death. Your death. Pushing Palladium. Oh.
That's one for me, Commander. Things were a little hairy for a second there. No more hostiles detected. Affirmative.
Well, I hope everybody got a shot.
Enemy destroyed, Commander.
Clean. Michael Baker. Are you brother of Tom Baker?
Roger that, Commander. Moving to engage. Enemy destroyed, Commander. Hear you loud and clear. I'm moving in. Enemy destroyed, Commander. No more contact. Deactivating hardpoint.
Yeah, pushing Palladium is a heck of a lot more expensive than pushing 10. Speaking of 10, I think I need to get some eventually here. I burned a whole bunch of materials engineering up all of these plasma accelerators last night. But the good news is, with this configuration, with only one shield cell bank, I can power everything without having to shut anything down. Wow, they're the way the hell over there. Fearsome panda.
Hear you loud and clear. I'm moving in. That's gotta hurt. Target down.
Did he get hit by my plasma accelerators?
Hear you loud and clear. I'm moving in.
Flynn Tasselhoff? Any relation to a David Hasselhoff? Rock.
That's gotta hurt. Target down. Affirmative. Maneuvering to attack position. That's one for me, Commander.
Well, this instance seems to be a lot better. What are we at? 2.3 million, 1.6 million, so basically about 4 million credits thus far. Yeah. It's one of those things, you've kind of got to learn to fly the cutter with a kind of sense of odd gracefulness. Well. Yes, the name of my ship did make a whole lot more sense when I had beam lasers on board.
Maneuvering to attack position.
Although I guess having 5 PAs is kind of the equivalent of the cum shot, the money shot.
That's gotta hurt.
Dude, you have shields made of paper mache. Damn, this is a good instance. But yeah, learning to fly the cutter is really learning how to drift with it and being mindful of your surroundings.
Hear you loud and clear. I'm
We're
moving
gonna
in.
done kill Cletus. I think I planted it. Wasn't even aiming.
Strike one, bad guy. Things were a little hairy for a second there. No more hostiles detected.
I really... Clemens. Are you Roger Clemens? Alright, then we're gonna engage this guy. Can do that.
Hear you loud and clear. I'm moving in.
Now it's more like the golden cum shot.
Strike one, bad guy.
Alright. They engage everybody else.
Hear you loud and clear. I'm moving in.
Do a round of regeneration. Okay, that's just darn right nasty. 5 plasma accelerators on a cutter is nasty. Just nasty.
That's the last of them, Commander. Affirmative. Maneuvering to attack.
Yeah, I should know better than to try shoot PAs at a vulture. Man, this has been a fantastic instance.
That's the last of them, Commander.
Not a lot of downtime. Thank you there, John Jameson. I will fly dangerous. Oh, you have some shields.
Moving to engage. Enemy destroyed, Commander. Affirmative. Maneuvering to attack position. Enemy destroyed, Commander.
Somebody has to have a kill warrant scanner on them. Whee! Well, Willow Scott, are you trying to be a weatherman in space?
Enemy destroyed, Commander. Things were a little hairy for a second there. No more hostile detectives. Affirmative. Maneuvering to attack position. That's one for me, Commander. Roger that, Commander. Moving to engage. That's one for me, Commander. No more contact. Deactivating hardpoint.
Oh, I do love flying the ship. You learn how to circuit in orbit.
Shield gone, Commander. I need help immediately. Enemy destroyed, Commander. I'm not the target, Commander. Stop that.
Uh-oh. Ian Stryker's got a wanted signal.
Copy that, Commander. Engaging enemy now. Strike one bad guy. Hear you loud and clear. I'm moving in. Strike one bad guy.
Do you have prismatic shields? Oh, of course you do. That's probably why it's taking forever and a day to recharge them.
That's gotta hurt. Target down. Affirmative. Maneuvering to attack position. We've got multiple hostiles here. Let's take them out one at a time. Taking enemy fire, Commander. What are your orders? We've lost the fighter, Commander. Hold tight, Commander. Fighter is going online. We've got multiple hostiles here. Let's take them out.
Still
one at a time.
95%. Man, this is going to be a long trudge this week.
That's gotta hurt. Target down.
You have a bi-weave? No, just regular shields.
Hear you loud and clear. I'm moving in. Enemy destroyed, Commander.
Yeah.
I have no shield, Commander. Need to take evasive action.
Don't run into freaking asteroids.
Hear you loud and clear. I'm moving in. Enemy destroyed, Commander. Hear you loud and clear. I'm moving in. Enemy destroyed, Commander. Affirmative. Maneuvering to attack position. That's gotta hurt. Target down. Hear you loud and clear. I'm moving in. Strike one, bad guy. Roger that, Commander. Moving to engage.
This is an amazing session. What are we up to? 5-6 million credits? 96%. Woohoo!
That's one for me, Commander. Roger that, Commander. Strike one bad guy.
Okay, we're still, looks like we're still pretty good.
Copy that, Commander. Engaging enemy now. That's gotta hurt. Target down. wiped out, awaiting further orders.
Commander Binky, or a Binky. That's hilarious. Now, I wonder what the Type 10 Defender is going to be like, and whether or not it's going to be worth giving up my beloved cutter to fly it.
Hear you loud and clear. I'm moving in.
26%. Oh my god, you killed Kenny.
Destroyed, Commander.
You bastards. So 6 approaching 7 million.
Affirmative. Maneuvering to attack position. Enemy destroyed, Commander. That's the last of them, Commander.
Any goodies? Nope. Safest has res in the verse.
Strike one bad guy. We've got multiple hostiles here. Let's take them out one at a time. Copy that, Commander. Engaging enemy now. Strike one bad guy. Hear you loud and clear. I'm moving in.
Go. Big rock.
Enemy destroyed, Commander. Affirmative. Maneuvering to attack position. That's gotta hurt. Target down. Copy that, Commander. Engaging enemy now. That's gotta hurt. Target down. Hear you loud and clear. I'm moving in. Roger that, Commander. Moving to engage. Strike one bad guy. Hear you loud and clear. I'm moving in. That's gotta hurt. Target down. That's one for me, Commander. Affirmative. Maneuvering to attack position. That's gotta hurt. Target down. Copy that, Commander. Engaging enemy now. Strike one bad guy. Hear you loud and clear. I'm moving in. one bad guy.
Okay. A vegan biker? Oh, you better be wanted because either way, you're going to die.
Clear. I'm moving in.
Too much damage indeed, you vegan biker.
Strike one bad guy.
The juice is loose.
Hear you loud and clear. I'm moving in. Strike one bad guy. Enemy wiped out. Awaiting further orders. Roger that, Commander. Moving to engage.
Rick Newman is about to die. Well, I think I've been streaming here long enough
That's one for me, Commander. No more contacts. Deactivating hardpoint.
for Friday Fly Day afternoon. I think I'm going to go ahead and return to base, rearm, refuel, and probably come back sometime later tonight or tomorrow. Until then, see you next time.